Welcome to Off the Chalk, where we help you build competitive lineups on Fanduel. This is for Week 10, Sunday main slate. I'm your host, Ryan Hashday, joined by Mike Money Team 10, who spends hours doing research so that we don't have to. Welcome to the show, buddy.
Yeah, what's up, Ryan?
Oh, I got a little bit of a lineup in here today, and I, want to get your opinion on it as we go along, and we'll do the same format that we normally do, and you can kind of pick and choose and see if you like some of my picks, or you can critique some of my picks if you want, and we'll have a little fun with that. But let's start off with, what do you think of the matchups this week?
Yeah, it's good. I like them. A lot of interesting games, a lot of games you can stack. Kind of interesting that we're in the same spot we were a couple weeks ago with the wind. Same two places, Cleveland, Green Bay, looking like they're getting like heavy winds tomorrow. And then last time we saw this, Cleveland was affected by the winds. That game with the Vegas Raiders it was pretty bad. And then Green Bay, like if you got scared of the wind, then you had to sit there and watch Devontae Adams get 3 touchdowns. And so what to do with those win games again tomorrow? Not sure, because they are games that I kind of had my eye on and like some players. So it's a pretty cool slate overall, I think.
Okay, anything else stand out outside of, these are both 1 p.m. games, right?
Yeah, a lot of good games. I like the Buffalo Arizona game is going to be exciting. I'm probably going to have a lot of ownership from players in that game, and then Seattle, Los Angeles Rams is another one. I mean, there's a lot of games on this slate. You know, 49ers Saints. So a lot of different ways you
Nice.
can go this week.
All right, well, let's jump right into it. Let's start with QBs and go down the list. Who do you like?
So this week I'm just gonna keep going back to Kyler Murray. His price is up a couple $100 from last time, but every week he gets it done, whether it's with his legs or his arm. And so I just like the game. It's in Arizona. I like pieces from both those teams. So Kyler Murray is the quarterback. I'll probably have my most ownership on tomorrow, and just looking for different ways to stack them, whether it's DeAndre Hopkins, Christian Kirk, and then getting players from Buffalo. I like Stephon Diggs tomorrow and John Brown. So there's just a lot of pieces from that game. So Kyler Murray is my favorite quarterback tomorrow.
Okay, cool. What do you think about my Aaron Rodgers pick here?
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers to Devontae Adams for 3 touchdowns tomorrow. I like how you got Robert Tonyan in there. Like they could do it again, right? If you're not worried about the wind. I think Jacksonville can score too to keep it a little interesting. So I don't hate Aaron Rodgers tomorrow.
That's the only thing I was kind of worried about, is Jacksonville gonna put enough pressure back that they're gonna need to throw the ball as much. So
Yeah, and I like a lot of like if I had built this lineup with I see you got Rodgers, Adams, and Tanyan. I would have found a way to get some of those Jaguars. So whether it's you want to go DJ Shark or you want to go the running back Robinson, Green Bay's been. You saw what Delvin Cook did to Green Bay.
yeah,
Um, they've been pretty bad against the running back this year. So if you want to come back with like Robinson or Shark or Cole, I mean there's a couple options too there that I like. So I'm not against
yeah,
stacking Rogers with some Jaguars.
yeah. I just realized that I don't have any sort of bring back at all on here.
Yeah, and I mean you can do that. But chances are, if all those guys are doing well, somebody's scoring for the Jaguars, and you know,
Yeah,
it, it's nice to have a piece.
yeah. Even if it's just one guy,
Yep.
I'd like to tweak that a little. Perfect. All right. Well, what's your middle of the road QB?
I
Herbert.
haven't. Well, I mean, you see his price has finally reached 8,000.
Yeah,
Um, they finally made adjustment on him. He just does it every single week, like either 3 touchdowns or 300 yards every week. You can book it.
yeah,
So I don't hate Herbert this week, but his price is up there, and just I'm okay. I feel like FanDuel's pricing this week, whether it's not really their fault because so much value's just opened up, but it's not hard this week to get all your favorite players. So There's so much value on the slate. You can play pretty much anybody you want this week on FanDuel. So I'm just going to pay the 800 more to play Kyler in a game I love in at home in a stadium. So, but yeah, I don't mind
Okay.
Herbert.
So
Yeah.
who's your middle of the road pick then?
I mean, middle of the road, like if you're talking like the low seven, like 7-4, you can make a case for Jared Goff at home against Seattle. Seattle just gives up passing yards every single week, touchdowns every single week, and um, I think it's gonna be popular though this week. I think seeing like a lot of Jared Goff, Cooper Cup, and Robert Woods combinations with some of those Seattle wide receivers. So if Goff's going to be popular for 7,400, I'll probably not have too much of him. But I would say that if you're looking to go middle of the road, Jared Goff is probably your play.
Okay. All right. All right. Now value, my favorite pick of the
Yeah,
day.
I'll just be honest with you, Ryan. You can scroll down a bit, but I just haven't been looking for the value this week. But I could talk about one that I like if you scroll down.
Yeah, hold on. There we go.
Um, yeah, like I'm gonna pay up this week. I There's
No
just no
value.
reason not. No, there's no. I mean, you could play
Pay
who
up.
like. I'm kind of the opinion like play whoever you want at quarterback. I mean, uh, but these guys that can run are just they got such an advantage against the guys that are just relying on their arms. So anytime you got a chance to get Deshaun Watson, Kyler Murray, uh, Allen, I mean, all these guys got that added rushing ability. Lamar Jackson. Anytime you got those, they got that rushing ability that's key. So on a week where I just don't need to pay down at a quarterback, I'm just going to pay up for the guys I like. So whether you go Wilson,
Okay.
Allen, Murray, doesn't matter. Just pay up this week. That's what I'd say. Or Rogers. I
Okay.
know you like Rogers, so pay up.
All right. So we'll cut our value pick from QB. If you really got your eye on somebody, then go for it. But we want to pay up on QB. Okay. Let's jump to running backs.
So this is a weird week for me because like I always pay up at running back. I like getting um, my top plays at running back. But this week, I think I'm gonna probably whereas I'm gonna find most of my value. I mean, I love Alvin Kamara tomorrow against San Francisco at home. So if you want to pay the 9,000 and hope he hits, 24 FanDuel points to hit, at 3x his value, I mean, he's probably gonna get 24 points. Um, Aaron Jones, I love too, 8,800. If you want to be different than the Rogers Adams stack, and you think the points are going to come on the ground with Jones, then I love that play also. They're going to score. So who's going to get the fancy points for Green Bay tomorrow? Is it through
Right.
the air? Is it Jones? Um, Nick Chubb makes his return tomorrow, which kind of I was hoping we'd get one more week with just Kareem Hunt in the backfield, but looks like Nick Chubb is playing on Sunday, so I'm probably gonna. That's tough. One of those Cleveland backs are gonna do well because Houston just can't stop the run. But picking which one it is, I'm not sure whether it's Chubb or Hunt. But I do like Miles Sanders for 7,700 making his return, and it just feels like every week right now, somebody comes back from an injury. Nobody wants to put him on the roster, and that person ends up going going for 102 touch. You saw with McCaffrey, right? He comes back from injury.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, oh, is he going to play? Is he going to, is he still going to see all his snaps? And every week, Dalvin Cook made his return, and I like there's more, right? So nobody's going to play Miles Sanders tomorrow. Coming back from an injury, I think he's in a beauty spot.
Okay. So is that your first pick?
Yeah, Miles Sanders.
Okay. Miles Sanders. And you
Yeah.
kind of I mean, if you got other picks in your repertoire here, this is kind of a little bit of a value making our way to a middle of the road pick. with
Oh
Miles
yeah.
Sanders?
For my, typically on a week, my top running back plays are in my lineups are usually those higher price guys are at the very minimum mid eights, 8,500 or something. But for my top running backs, 7,700 this week, I can do a lot with my lineups in different ways. So, and I like Miles
Cool.
Sanders.
All right. Who
And
else?
then
Middle of the road.
I already mentioned James Robinson. I like him this week as well. Um, but really, what I'm doing at the running back position this week is this is where I'm going to find my value. So I'm going to be playing a lot of uh, Duke Johnson, Mike Davis. I mean, they're just priced so low because I guess the McCaffrey news was after they had put out the pricing. So when Mike Davis is, I think 54,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
5,400
and
bucks.
he's looking pretty doubtful at this point, right?
Oh, McCaffrey's not playing
Is
this
he
week.
out for sure?
He's out.
Okay.
So
So
Mike Davis gets that role again. You saw it. I mean, just 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, he was priced 80, 8,500,
yeah,
8,300.
this is a great price
Yeah.
for
So you're getting Mike
Davis,
Davis. I
which
mean, it's
means he'll probably also be pretty high owned at
yeah.
that
I
price.
I do think the fact that they're playing Tampa's defense and Tampa's coming off a game where they got embarrassed on national TV against the Saints. It's a tough spot for him to be in. You'd like to see a better matchup, but I mean the amount of touches he's guaranteed to get, he's involved in the passing game. He's gonna get red zone chances for 5,400 bucks. I gotta put Mike Davis in my lineups in single entry, anyways.
Yeah. Okay. Who else we got on running backs?
Well, I mentioned Duke Johnson.
Oh, okay.
I really he's in the same boat this week, right? Just David Johnson's not going to play. They just announced today that he's put on the IR, so he's a little bit more expensive. He's right there.
Where is he? Oh,
Yeah, 5,800. He's just at the bottom there.
there he is.
Yeah, Duke
I was
Johnson.
trying to click on him for you. There you
Yeah, I mean,
go.
I love Duke Johnson. There's a ton of people that really like Duke and feel like he's never really got the opportunity to be the lead running back. He's going against his former team, so if you're into the revenge narrative stuff, he's playing the Browns, who he used to play for. And David Johnson put on IR, so it's Duke's show. He's going to get a lot of opportunities. He's going to catch the ball. He's going to run the ball. In a game where I think you'll see those shorter passes because of the wind. So yeah, love Duke Johnson, 5,800 bucks.
Nice. Okay. I think that's the value pick, right? Duke Johnson. Or is
Sure, I mean
Davis? I guess Davis is
they both
cheaper.
are.
Yeah.
Davis is cheaper. I mean,
Yeah.
I really there's a lot of value this week too, right? Like if you want to take a shot at Kalen Balaj, you know Jackson's out this week. I'm not sure about Pope yet. You saw last week, Kalen Balaj got in there and got a lot of touches. Looked good doing it. I hate to say it, but um, I
There he
actually
is.
really like. Yeah, another value guy. Just
5,300.
yeah, he's playing his former team too. So there, he's playing Miami. Um, really, kind of the surprise of last week. Kind of came out of nowhere. Just got promoted off the practice squad. And ended up seeing touches ahead of Kelly. And I don't know. He's the only running back that I've watched this year for the Chargers besides Austin Eckler that I think looks really good. So, and it's Kalen Balaj, so you could get screwed, but I like him. Well, the Chargers
Yeah,
could just be weird.
yeah, I feel safer with Mike Davis because I know he's gonna get. I feel like he's gonna get the ball a lot for
Yeah,
sure.
he should. He's never out of it, right? Like
Yeah.
even if Carolina's behind in the game, he's still gonna be involved in the game plan. He catches balls, so
Okay, let's move on to wide receivers.
Yeah, so this week, really wide receivers, like I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna do like the here's my top guy, here's the middle, and here's the bottom. Just, pick the quarterback that you're playing this week
Yep.
and stack them up. So I love all the guys at the top, right? So if you're going Kyler Murray, I love DeAndre Hopkins this week. I don't care if um, Tre'Davious White's on him as a corner. That doesn't matter to me. I still love DeAndre Hopkins. If you're going Rodgers, I like Devontae Adams. How can you not? I mean, this is the most expensive we've seen a wide receiver all year in Fanduel, 9,500 for Devontae Adams, but he's going to score a touchdown. Just
Yeah.
is he only going to score one, or is he going to get two or three? Like, is he
Right.
is he is he going to be worth the 9,500 bucks? But he's going to
Is
score
he?
once.
Is he going to be worth the 900 or 9,500? I guess that's a pretty valid question.
Yeah, like if
Like, what's the rule of thumb? We want to get like 3 times, or
well, you'd have to decide, right? Like, do you think Aaron Jones? Like, is it going to be Aaron Jones on the ground? Is it going to be Devontae Adams in the air?
yeah,
I think he scores a touchdown, but if I'm paying 9,500, I really need like
two.
102, to get to that, to
Yeah.
pay off at 3 times his value at least. You're asking for a lot in a non PPR, but I like him. If you're going Rodgers, I like him. DeAndre Hopkins, kind of like Michael Thomas, sneaky week. DK Metcalf, 8,300 bucks. I don't think people will play a lot of them because Jalen Ramsey's on the other side of the field, but every week people seem to like Tyler Lockett, and beside that one week that Lockett, Lockett's had a couple weeks, but DK is usually the guy, but people seem to want to play Lockett more. I love Diggs because I'm going to have a ton of Kyler Murray, and so I love bringing it back with Diggs. Keenan Allen's been solid I mean, I like all the top guys. Keenan Allen's been good every week with Herbert. Cooper Kupp. If you're gonna stack the Seattle and Rams game, I really like Cooper Kupp. Yeah, a lot of targets last week. He usually plays well against the Seahawks too. And then really I'm looking at like cheaper guys. I like those secondary options on those quarterbacks that I mentioned. So I like Kyler, so I'm gonna like Christian Kirk for 6,300. Um, I like I like Allen, so I'm gonna have a lot of John Brown at 80 or 6,200 bucks, I think. Yeah, Christian Kirk. You know, if it's not DeAndre Hopkins having a big day, I think it'll be Kirk. So get Kirk in those Murray stacks. Um, yeah, where's John
who
Brown?
else were who else were our QBs that we were stacking with here? Russell Wilson,
Yeah, well then it's Lockett or
and then you
Metcalf.
got
That's easy.
Lockett, Metcalf. Yep.
Kyler,
Murray,
it's Kirk and
Kirk, and
Hopkins.
Hopkins,
Allen, John
Allen.
Brown, I really like this week, and Stephon Diggs.
Yep.
So just figure out what quarterback you're playing this week, and I think with the running back value, you can definitely get all your stacks in this week, whether it's Rodgers or Adams or Murray or DeAndre Hopkins. Just play your favorite stacks, and I think the running backs get you there.
Okay. So with that said, what stacks do we feel the best about?
Well,
You
I
obviously
I've said
feel good about Arizona.
yeah, that's my main game tomorrow that I'll be on is the Cardinals and Bills. I
Yeah.
just yeah, and it's kind of been that way since the beginning of the week. Um, Kind of wish the weather wasn't going the way it is in Green Bay and Cleveland because I think that'll bring more ownership to the Arizona game. It was probably pretty popular to begin with, but that's my top one. If I had to pick a second one, um, probably probably the Packers and the Jaguars. Actually, I'm gonna I'm probably gonna be underweight on the Seattle and the Rams game. Like compared to the field tomorrow, I don't think I'll be. I think that might be a popular game to stack, but I don't think I'll be on that one. Just that NFC
Okay.
West, NFC West battle.
Do we want to talk about tight ends? I know you always kind of
Yeah, no,
despise picking a tight end. Is there anybody that stands out for you this week?
yeah, if Hawkinson plays, he just keeps getting touchdowns every week. And without Kenny Galladay, their top wide receiver in Detroit, I think Hawkinson's going to continue to be involved, and he has a chance at a touchdown and a good matchup against Washington. So I do like Hawkinson. I like Dallas Goddard. Um, the one thing that did concern me the last time he played was, he was doing a lot of pass protection. But I think, with their O line a little more healthy, this week. I think Dallas Goddard will get out and catch some balls. But for the price, I think I'm going to go a little cheaper this week on tight end. Um, Before the weather hit, I really liked Austin Hooper for 5,100. And I don't think the wind's going to take me off Hooper too much. So I'll have quite a bit of Hooper. He's played well since he returned from injury. So I think I'll be on Austin Hooper as long as the wind doesn't get too crazy there tomorrow.
Okay.
And then I always like just up a bit. I like Evan Ingram's been getting more and more involved each week. Um, like his matchup. Yeah, like 9 targets, 10 targets, 10 targets. Like
Yeah.
he's getting involved. So that's probably where I'll find myself this week on one of these lower $5,000 range.
What do you feel about? How do you feel about Tanyan? He's
Yeah,
questionable too.
yeah, I don't know how much Tanya, like I really just haven't. I don't always need to stack my tight ends. I'm okay just doing a one-off tight end, just throw them in
Yeah.
there.
I feel like the reason I ask is, but I feel like I could replace him, and I kind of want to replace him. I feel like
Yeah, well,
I feel like I could get Ingram in here instead of Tanyan.
sure.
What kind of targets is Tanyan getting?
Yeah, it depends. I think
I mean, he
you're gonna
got
need
7
Jack.
in this game.
Yeah, you're gonna need Jacksonville to stay involved in the game for sure if you're going with, the big stack there, but
Yeah. Do you feel like if I go with Rogers here that I should swap Kamara for Jones
yeah, you could do that if you want. And because Aaron Jones is involved in the passing game as well.
so I could have Rogers, Jones, and Adams as a stack here?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, do we want to talk about defense before
No.
we start cutting? No, forget it.
No, just
Doesn't
well, you
matter.
can.
Okay.
Just pay down.
Pay down. Okay. I
I
don't
pay
know if I
down every
paid.
week.
Did I pay down here?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
3,700 is fine.
A little bit.
Yeah, that's paying down.
Seahawks. Yeah, that's paying down.
Yeah, go Raiders maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
35. Who cares? I mean, I hate defense, so
How do you feel about Geo?
yeah, tough matchup against the Steelers, but Joe Mixon's already been announced out, I believe, out or doubtful, but I don't think he's playing tomorrow. So Gio's gonna be the back there again. It's a tough matchup, but
I feel like I'm gonna pull him out and go with one of your picks. Who do we have
go Duke Johnson.
in this? Duke Johnson is the same price. Oh yeah, because he's like,
Just see where it says find a player.
yeah,
Just write Duke. There you go.
done. How do you feel about Randall Cobb and Scary Terry.
Terry McLaurin. Yeah, I like Terry tomorrow. Randall Cobb. I mean, I don't think I would play Randall Cobb tomorrow, just because of the wins in Cleveland there, and he's usually typically the fourth or fifth read or option there for Deshaun Watson. There's guys like Fuller and Brandon Cooks and Duke Johnson, and there's guys ahead of him on the pecking order. So
All right, who do we got here that you like in this price point?
go up a bit. Sorry. So you're looking for a wide receiver in this. Go down. Oh, I love John Brown. Get a piece of that Buffalo Arizona game.
Okay. Let's go. Anything that you don't like about this lineup as far as the story of the games, how they're going to play out? Does Terry make sense to be in this lineup? I know he's kind of a one-off, so is John Brown here, but I guess so
Uh,
is Ingram.
I mean, it's up to you. Like if you're into having a whole bunch of correlations and stacks, and you can do that. And if you feel like you just have to hit on a few things, then tomorrow you could try to do like mini correlations throughout your lineup. But you've got your main stack. You're cheering for Green Bay. Um, if it was me, I'd try to get a piece of Jacksonville in here somehow.
Oh yeah, we were talking about potentially getting DJ Shark in there
Yeah, for sure. I'd love that.
instead of Terry.
Hmm.
Does that open up a little bit of extra cash potentially here? Robbie Anderson, Christian Kirk. You like any of these guys more than?
Yeah, well, obviously I like Kirk and I like Brown because I like that game. So,
Okay.
um,
Do you like Kirk more than Brown? Because I don't really care what side I get of that game at this point in this stack.
yeah, I like Kirk a lot tomorrow.
All right, let's put him in there instead of Brown. All right, just gotta get my screen to work. No big deal. Okay, you get the point. Anything else you want to add?
No,
Final notes.
no. Where are you
Have
watching the games
fun.
tomorrow? Where are you watching the
Yeah.
games tomorrow?
Yeah. Good question. I don't know. Have fun. Put a bet in on Fanduel and enjoy the game a little bit more.
That's
And
right.
like and subscribe to the channel because you'll be one of our YouTube subscribers, and that'll be fun.
And if you're really lucky, Ryan will figure out how to work the screen next week. And
And you'll be able to see me click my final player into position. All right.
all right, buddy.
Yeah. Signing out.